here.
All righty, so we are live. Miranda here from Community Schools. Nice and sweaty because I'm working at the pantry with the team today. We have Christopher Wheel with
All right.
of Chris Wheel. For whoever's joining us on Zoom, welcome. We're really happy to have you. For whoever's just watching along on YouTube or along on Facebook, again, welcome. We're having the host, Chris, and then I'll hop off and let you do
All right, sounds good. Thank you very much, Miranda.
your thing.
All right, so hi, AT. What I'm gonna do is I'm just going to jump on.
Righty. You are now the host.
Perfect, sounds good. All right, thank you so
I'm gonna
much.
hop off. I'm gonna share the link again for this Zoom on our Facebook page. So any of you that wanna join, please join, watch in, comment, interact, learn to be your own.
All right. So, hey, welcome. So I have a couple things going on here. I have a couple cameras. I also have my laptop over here. And this is going to be for if anyone's on YouTube or if anyone joins on YouTube and they want to leave any comments or messages. We do have one person in the Zoom chat. I know that was shared out, and so other people can join. So if you're in the Zoom chat, I will be reading the Zoom chat group chat, which is right over here. And if anyone's, was tuned in last week or saw the live stream last week, we did a couple tricks and I taught a trick. So this week we're going to be teaching another trick and we'll be getting to that in a bit. So AT is in the Zoom chat with us. And he says, hi, I do magic. I did it for my sister's birthday party. That is awesome. Now, have you been doing magic for a long time? I've been doing magic for about 12 years. I started a little bit later. I started when I was in high school. So, really any age can jump into magic. I know kids who are in first grade doing magic, and I know kids and adults who are 40 plus years old learning magic. So it's a great thing to do and it's awesome and it's fun. So what I'll do is I'll start. And since we have some people in the chat room, this is gonna be awesome. We're gonna have a ton of fun. And let me see. I will also shoot out a Facebook message. All right. So let's see. Yes. So you saw Leon. All right. Do you see Leon like at I know he does a couple shows in Utica every once in a while. So that's awesome. So yeah, that's how a lot of people get into magic. All right, so I'm just posting that out there, so hopefully it's more people. Cool, yeah, so Leon does some of those big illusions. He does some small illusions. He's a great magician overall, and it's awesome to see someone who's interested in magic. So let's do a quick trick. Sound good? Let's start with a cool card trick, okay? And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna switch over to this camera, and then I'm also gonna throw on this camera, which is my floor camera here, so you can see what's happening down here. So we have deck of cards, okay, all different types of cards, and this is going to be very simple. It's a very simple idea. It's a find a card trick. So first, to find a card, we need a card selected. So since we have AT here and we want to make this as random as we can, AT, put a number, type a number in between 1 and let's say 20, 1 and 20, 15. Okay, so between 1 and 20, 15, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna put 15 cards down. The 15th card is gonna be the card that we're gonna use. Sound good? And here's the thing, I'm gonna tell you what's gonna happen first, okay? So what I'm gonna do is I have $100, okay? $100, and we're going to bet $100 that I'll be able to find your card. And if not, I'm going to send this to you. Sound good? So you said 15. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So this is going to be your card, right? Now, the thing is if I'm on camera, I might peek at the card. So let's see if I can, we'll do this. Well, you see the card. So have the King of Hearts. Okay, King of Hearts. We'll put that in the middle. Now here's the thing. What I have to do is I have to try to find your card from the middle of the deck somewhere, okay? And there's no other King of Hearts here. There's a King of Spades. There's maybe a Queen of Hearts, but there's no other King of Hearts in the deck. And the idea is try to find your card as fast as I can. How about this? I'll try to do it in less than a second. Check this out. As soon as I push this card in, I'll try to find it again. If not, this is yours. Ready, set. Did you see that? That was that was pretty quick. And what was the card that you had again? Was the King of Hearts. Check this out over here. The King of Hearts. That was pretty quick, wasn't it? That was pretty awesome. So let's actually, you know what? I can't use this card anymore. So let me go and get a different King of Hearts. So I have some other King of Hearts that I can use here, okay? So I want to make sure that I have a full deck. So that's pretty cool, right? So if you like that, if you're on that, let me check the chat here. We'll see if anyone's on the chat. There's a couple people watching. So if you're on the chat and you like that, you can type in. Again, I get a thumbs up. That's pretty awesome. Let's do another one. And since we have, we'll continue. We'll keep using the King of Hearts, okay? Just to make sure that we still have it. And I'll show you another way you can find it very quickly. We'll take the King of Hearts. We'll put it into the deck like this, okay? And I also have some rubber bands on my wrist here, okay? So let me push that card in, okay? And we'll take the rubber band, we'll wrap it around the cards like this. We'll give it a twist and wrap it around again, okay? So now we have a deck of cards that's wrapped all the way around, okay? Check this out. What we'll do is I'll see if I can find your card in a very interesting way. Check this out. If I pull 1, 2, I can actually pull a whole bunch of cards out from this wrapped rubber band. And look where you can pull it right out. The King of Hearts. So it's pretty easy to find cards, right? Now, what kind of magic do you do, AT? And we'll see what he says. And I'm going to change the camera over to here so I can actually look kind of at you guys. I have a couple over here. So today what we're also going to do is I want to try a cool trick here using kind of a weird coin. This is a big coin here. This is a $50. We're going to try to do the world famous $50 through table. And what we'll do is we'll use something hard to push it through the table. So I have a little thing of cinnamon. Check this out. We'll put the thing of cinnamon on top. And just so I don't hurt my hand hitting this, we're going to wrap it with a paper towel, a little paper napkin. Okay. All right. So we'll wrap it up. Okay. Now I know what you're thinking. You're probably thinking like, is the coin still under there? Well, of course it is. You can see it's still under here. If we go like this, 1, 2, 3, we can actually have the, hold on a second. Hold on, where did, oh, hold on a second. It went underneath, way under, ooh, it's got stuck halfway through the table. I guess that didn't work the way I was hoping it would. But we'll do this. We'll take the coin like this and we'll see if we can, like that, there we go. And now we can get the coin to go through the table. Yeah, it's weird, right? It's strange how that happened. I don't know. Oh, that's why it's cinnamon sugar. That's why I went through the table. I don't know if that really is why, but that's what happened. Here, let's do this. We'll actually do, right? And that's a good trick. And I'd like to show you guys a couple things too, because even though we're talking about magic, we're showing magic, I want to talk a little bit about just kind of how I got into magic and what I do for magic. And maybe if you guys are looking for some cool things to do, this will be the place to do it. So I have a couple books I'll show you because a lot of magic is learned through books. So let's try this trick here. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 coins. and 2 hands, okay? And the idea is to have the coins go from one hand to the other hand. And obviously we'll have to do it more invisible than that. So we have the 4 coins here, okay? And we'll separate our hands quite a bit from here to here. We'll close up our hand like this. You can hear them. I'm gonna close up this hand here and we'll go, and all we have to do is touch the thumbs like that. Do you hear that? It sounds a little bit lighter. It sounds a little bit lighter. Yeah, it is a little bit lighter. Look, now there's only 3 coins. And over here is 1. Do you see? It's when you touch the thumbs, the coins go across. That's pretty cool. I know you guys weren't ready for it. We'll do it again. We'll do it again. So we'll leave out 3 here, and we have the 1 here, okay? This time you'll hear it go across. Look, goes across. Do you hear it? You hear that little, because now over here, there's 2 coins. And over here, there's 2 coins. It's coin number 2. Right? Here, okay. You know what? There's too many coins. Let's just do it with the 2 coins here. Okay. So we have the 2 coins here. And look, 2 coins here, no coins here. If I go like this, you'll actually see the coins when they travel across. Pretty cool. You didn't even see that happen. You know why? Because magic, if there's secrets to magic, right? It's not like I have like a magic wand, I'm going abracadabra or whatever. There's secrets to magic, okay? And so the secrets, you have to use your imagination, right? So check this out. We're gonna take all 4 coins, okay? Check this out. We'll put them like this. We'll stack them up. I'll take 1 coin out and cover the rest of them. So I have 1 coin, cover the rest of them. All right, I'll move those over here. Look, right over here, so you guys can still see them. Right, 1 coin. Check this out. If I take the coin and I give it a grab like this, give it a little tap, give it a little rub on the front and on the back, you'll see that the coin vanishes and it goes all the way. Look, under the glass. Now there's 1, 2, 3, 4 coins. That's so weird, right? If you guys like that one, let's see. We have, wow, we have a couple people in the chat room on YouTube. Perfect. So glad you guys could join us. We'll put those away. All right. So what we're going to be doing today, I'm going to be teaching you a couple things. I'm going to teach you, and I know we have AT on here on the Zoom chat. And if anyone else wants to join in the Zoom chat, I know they sent out some of that information out of community schools to the people who are signed up. And it's also here live on YouTube. So we have a couple things going on. So Lily and Elliot are here. Awesome. Thanks for joining. And cool. So let's do a couple more tricks here, guys, right? Let's see. This will be a fun one. I want to show you a trick with some hearts. Okay, I have 4 hearts. Well, actually, I have quite a few. I have a bunch of 4 hearts. But we're gonna do a trick with the 4 hearts. Okay. Now they're all the same on the face, but on the back they're all a little different. So I have a card that's orange. I have a card that's green. I have a card that's red, and then the rest are blue. Okay. So the rest are blue. Now what we're gonna try to do here is we're going to you know what? Let me just show you. We'll take one of the blues. We'll get rid of it. If I take the red card, now watch carefully. If I take it and I put it onto the blue card and I like this, and I give it 1 tap, you see what happens? They all turn red. They all turn red. That's crazy. That's crazy. Like, how did that happen? Here, I'll try it again because we have a green card. So if I take a red and green, and I tap it like this, now they all turn green, which is pretty weird too. Look, we'll do it one more time with the orange. If I go like this, we tap, they all turn orange. That is really weird. But check this out. I'll do it one more time. One more time, don't blink, because if I tap like this, they all turn back. Look at that. Now we have an orange card, a green card, a red card, and a blue card. And not only do they change the faces, but they also change the backs. That is so weird. And I know if you guys, I know I showed this trick to a friend of mine who was colorblind, so he wasn't able to tell the difference, but just trust me, we have blue, red, green, and orange. All right, if you guys like that one, give it a thumbs up or give it a comment. I'd like to try another trick here with a deck of cards, and we'll have both of you guys help. We'll have Lily and we'll have AT help, but for the first one, we'll have AT help. Okay, and you're gonna make all the decisions here. You're gonna make all the decisions. So the first decision is how many times should I shuffle the cards? So how about you say 1, 2, or 3? So type that into the chat box, 1, 2, or 3. 2. So I'm gonna give it 2 shuffles. She said 1 and 2 shuffles like that. Now let me see actually if I can. I wonder if I can share the chat just so everyone can see. Nope, can't share the chat. So you're gonna have to take my word for this one, okay, guys? So 2 shuffles here, 2 shuffles. I'll show you the deck. You actually, let me take these jokers out because I don't want to do tricks with the joke. No, give me a second here. Take the jokers out. I think there might, yep, there's the other joker. And cool. Okay, so the next thing we're gonna do is, let's see, AT, do you like red cards or black cards? Red cards, let me see. Red cards or black cards? Which one do you like more? Red cards or black? They like black cards. Okay, so check this out. We are going to take a black card and we are going to put it right here, okay? So that's gonna be our special card for later, okay? I'm gonna put it right under the nutmeg, the cinnamon sugar, just so we don't lose it. Now you're gonna make all the choices from here on out, okay? So AT, I'm gonna start dealing cards and you say stop wherever you want me to stop. And I'll try to go slow just so when I see it pop up on the chat. Okay, do you want me to drop the 9? Yes or no? No. So now we're left with 2 different piles wherever you said stop. And there's a big pile, which has a bit more. And then we have a little pile that has a bit less. Now, which pile do you want to use? The big pile or the small pile? Big or small? Small pile. Good choice. I would have picked the small pile. What we're going to do with the small pile is we are going to deal a few more cards depending on whatever this pile was. So if we switched it, it would have been this pile and that pile. But this pile on top of this one is a 3. So watch this out. We're going to deal 3 cards at the table. 1, 2, 3. Now you could have said stop anywhere. You could have said shuffle one more time. You could have picked the big pile. You could have picked the, you could have had me stop at a different card, not on the 9. But look at the card that we stop on. If we deal 3 cards down, the next card is actually a 3. And then there are 2 red 3s. Now I know you like the black cards, which is why I gave you a special card earlier. Okay, check this out. Under here, there's 1 card sitting waiting to be looked at because you don't know what this card is. But look, that's also a 3. That's pretty neat because in the deck, there's actually the 3 of spades, the 3 of diamonds, the 3 of hearts. Now, so far, this could just be luck, right? This could be us getting lucky here. Yep, because this is the 7 of clubs. We need the 3 of clubs. So 7, if you take away 4, is 3, right? So 7 minus 4 is 3. So check this out. If we take the 7 and we tap it, 1, 2, 3, 4. It actually changes into the 3, giving us 1, 2, 3, 4 threes. All the threes. That's the only ones in the deck. There's no other threes. You could check. There's no other threes anywhere else except for there. Now, I know what you're thinking. You're like, but maybe it's a special deck of cards. Well, no, not really. Not really special. It's just, you know, I got this at Walmart. But if you want to see a trick with a special deck, we're gonna have Misty Doodles help us out here, okay? Because I have a very special deck of cards. So what I'm gonna have them do is I want Misty Doodles to name 2 numbers on YouTube. They're gonna name 2 numbers. It's a special Walmart deck. Yes, super special. This is actually the special deck. So I'm gonna have Misty Doodles name 2 numbers, and they're gonna write those into the chat. The number should be between, let's say, 10 and 20. So 2 different numbers between 10 and 20. They could be the same number too. So if you wanted like 15 and 15, that's fine. Just 2 numbers between 10 and 20. And as they type those in here, I'm going to show you this deck. Okay. This deck is pretty interesting because we'll have a couple cards. We'll get to these cards in a second. We have some 9s. Okay. We'll get to those in a second. And in here, this is called a rainbow deck. You see how pretty that looks? It looks like a rainbow because every card in this deck is a little bit different. Some are from the same, some are similar, but we have like green cards, we have yellow, black, we have brown from all different decks. Then we have different decks entirely, different companies. We have some red, we have different from, you know, like here's a bicycle deck, that's a black one. We have this one from Masters of Magic, right? It's a Masters of Magic. Right, so we have all these different cards, okay? Now, on YouTube here, we have 10 and 18. So check this out. We're going to put 10 cards down. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And we're going to put 1, 9 right there where you said 10 cards down. The next one was 18. So look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 cards. And we'll put that 9 there. So they said 10 and 18, 2 different places. I didn't know they would say that until now. And it puts those 2 9s in 2 different places in the deck, okay? So one of the 9s is way up here, okay? Here's 1 9. And it's also next to a card, okay? And then the other one is a little bit down here, and that's also next to another card. So let me gather these up real quick, clean up our area, and I'll just put these over here. So the first thing that we notice is that we have 2 cards, and the cards that they stop by are actually from the same brand. You see how they're the same brand. So that's a pretty low chance of that happening, especially I think that's the only ones of those brands in here. I don't think there's any other from this deck, which is Wizards in deck. Ooh, magical, right? So that's only a coincidence though, but check this out. If I turn over these cards, look, the cards that you stopped at are both matches of the same deck. That's spooky. That's spooky. Huh. Yeah. I don't know if this part's going to work though, but check this out. Because out of all the cards that they stopped on, look, they're actually also the 9 of Hearts. So you could have stopped anywhere you wanted and you ended up at 9 of Hearts with the same matching back. If that's not a coincidence, if you thought the last one was a coincidence, this is a coincidence. I don't even know how this works. Because the craziest part about all this, is out of all these cards in the deck here, all these different decks of cards, they're all jokers. Look at that. They are all jokers. Every single one is a joker. What the chances of that? So good job, Misty Doodles. Elliot, good job. Perfect numbers. If you picked any different numbers, I don't think this trick would have even worked. So good job. Good job to you guys. Pretty neat. So I think what we'll do is we're going to take a quick break from doing magic, and maybe I will teach you some magic, okay? So the trick that we have is the, it's called the salt shaker through the table, okay? So this is an old trick. I know AT said that they did this. Let me check on YouTube here, okay? Missy Doodle's like, OMG, wow. Very cool, thank you very much. So let's teach you guys a trick. This is the salt shaker through table, okay? And this is it's a neat trick because it teaches a few things about magic, because magic isn't necessarily just doing different moves. It's about doing different moves differently than you normally would to make them look like their normal moves. Now that probably makes no sense to anyone here, but that's why I'm going to explain it. So the basic method for the salt shaker, or in this case we have cinnamon sugar through table, is you are basically doing this. You're throwing you're getting rid of it and putting it under the table. Now that doesn't look magical, right? Here's the thing though, when you combine it with the paper towel, this is what happens. I'm just going to go through it really quick for you guys, and then I'll explain it in detail. What I'm doing is I'm taking the napkin, putting it over, and I'm making it nice and tight, but the bottom is still there. And all I'm doing is when I'm coming over the table, I'm dropping it into my lap and coming back. And you see how that kind of keeps the same shape? It keeps the shape because the paper is bent and folded around the corner, so it looks like it's still there, okay? And then from here, you can push it all the way through. Now that's the basic idea, but how does this even work? How does this happen? Well, that's kind of where the coin comes into place. So let's get ourselves the coin, okay? So here's the coin. The coin is it's just another element in the trick. It's another piece of the puzzle. And here, what I'll do is I'm actually going to put this on top of that so you can see it a little better. This is just a reason. It's just a reason for what's called misdirection to happen. So misdirection is, it's not necessarily looking here when I'm doing this. It's directing attention somewhere while you're working on something else or to disguise a move. So what this is supposed to look like is you cover it, you show that it's still there, and it goes through. Now, I didn't do the move, but that's what it looks like. You're just moving it out of the way to show the coin is still there, okay? And that's where the move happens. So while you make this nice and tight and you make a good job out of it, and you say, okay, perfect, that's perfect. Now, I know what you're thinking, is the coin still there, right? Is it still there? Because what you're saying though is you're kind of building up the trick, and you're saying, let's make a coin go through the table, right? So if the coin is going through the table, you're gonna say, check this out, the coin. And I know you're thinking the coin's not there. So when I do this, I just come over and just move it back. I'm not moving it really far back. I'm just moving it right to the edge of the table, right to the edge, and then just dropping it. I'm just loosening the pressure in my hands. I'm coming back, loosening pressure, and you see it, trying to expose a little, loosening pressure, but I still hold it like it's there. Now, when you're there, this gets dropped in your lap. So you want to make sure your legs are together so it catches it, okay? So you come, drop it, come back. And if you made it nice, you can actually leave it and hold it there for a second. And in a lot of places, they'll have you slam it down. I actually like doing it slower. It kind of builds it up a bit. So I'll wrap it, make it look nice. Show the coin's still there. And I already did the move. And then push it. Oh no, oh no. And then I go over it, and I'm not just gonna grab this from my lap and say like this. I'm gonna go under the table with my hand, and under the table, and then I'm gonna turn my hand around and then grab it from my lap and then pull it out. So it makes it look like I'm going really far under the table to take this out. And that's what you want it to look like. All right. So I'll do that one more time. I'll remove that because it's a little bit distracting. I'm gonna make, so you're gonna start the trick, and you're gonna say, I'm going to make the coin go through the table, okay? And I'm gonna use this so I don't hurt my hands pushing it through, because I need something hard to push it through. And I'm gonna put this on top so I don't hurt my hands trying to push the coin through, okay? So I'll make that nice and tight, perfect. And you can see the coin's still there, right? 1, 2, hold on a second. Oh, let's mess that up. There we go. I actually made that go through, sorry. So that's kind of how the trick would work. Now there's other ways to do this trick, and I did a video, and I'm gonna actually cue that up for you guys to see another way to do it. Now the audio is not going to work on it, but I do have it online. I do have Your Favorite Magician TikTok page for Chris Wheel, where I post various magic tricks and I do requests and stuff. But this was one of the tricks that I posted that I did from a longer set for the Toronto Magic Company a couple of weeks ago. So let me cue that up, and I'm going to just talk my way through it, kind of explain what's happening. So the main idea behind the trick was I was doing magic with hand sanitizer. So this is one of the tricks and how I did it. So I don't think the sound will work, but that's okay. So let me do this. Here we go. So I have a coin. I put and that's a sanitizer bottle. Okay. So even though the sanitizer bottle isn't a cinnamon bottle, and I tap it, right? You tap, you tap the coin, and that's the drop. And then it melts right through. Boom, boom, boom. Oh, where did it go? Under the table. I reach down, grab it from my lap. There we go. So as you see, it's all very much the same thing, but you're using a different prop. It's a little smaller. It could be a little bigger, as long as you can cover it with a napkin and it can fall into your lap. Boom. And I was using a quarter for that trick too. So it's a little bit smaller, but I think you guys get the idea. So that is the trick for this week. Now, there's other ways that you can do this trick to make it even more magical, right? So for example, if you're using like a salt shaker or even the cinnamon, try this. You can take the, you can set this up beforehand, and you empty out the cinnamon, dump it out, pour it into another case or something. I don't know if I have another case that would hold the cinnamon here. So let's do this. So what you can do, and here I'll show you guys down here. You can take the cinnamon, and you see how this fits in there. I can take the cinnamon sugar and pour it out like this. So you can pour your salt, your sugar, cinnamon out, and you can actually put a coin inside, right? And then carefully, you want to put the cinnamon sugar carefully back in. So let me get a little piece of paper, roll that up into a little funnel, just so I don't make a huge mess, maybe a small mess. Pour that in, okay? Now I think the cinnamon sugar challenge is probably better than just the cinnamon challenge, right? So then you put the top on, okay? So why would I put a dirty coin into my nice cinnamon? Well, that's because what you can do is actually make this trick the next step, right? So you can do this. Try this. You have now you need another coin, so you need a similar looking coin, and you just have to take the coin. Don't make a big deal of it. Saying you're gonna make the coin go through the table, right? And you need this to help. And you can do this different ways, but what I would do is I'd put the coin over like this. I'd tap, right? I'd say, okay, so we have that on there. You can see the coin is still there. Watch, if I go like this. What the heck? Where did it worked? And while I'm doing is I'm picking up that coin, right? And I say, look, it worked. And this is covering it. Because then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put that on the table like that and move it out of the way. I'm going to come down, pick this up and say, listen, do you hear that? Do you hear that? Do you hear it? Look, there's something inside, and you can actually open it up. And then what you do is you pour it out slowly and you say, look right there. Do you see it? And you can show there's actually a coin inside. What you can do is you can shake it like this, and it'll go down a little bit. You just take it out. Then you can show that the coin went into the salt or into the sugar. So look at that. So that's another way where you could take a trick. So like for AT, who did this at her sister's party, this is another way you can do it, right? You can have the coin vanish and end up inside. You can have a different coin. You can try that out. So that's pretty cool, right? Now I have one sweet, sugary, delicious coin, and then I have one nasty, boring old coin that I'm gonna eat. So let me get my piece of paper again to refunnel this back in. And I'm not gonna use the cinnamon sugar. I just had it for today. So anyone's like, man, he's like gonna eat that. No, I'm not gonna eat it. It's okay. but I don't want it to sit in this cup too long. Smells nice though. It smells kind of like Christmas. So if you do it with salt, that's even better because salt shakers are easier. You might have to use a smaller coin, but that is another option, okay? So what I'll probably be doing is I'm trying to get some of these tricks and these instructions filmed so everyone can watch them afterwards, after the stream's up and after the, the time is over, okay? So let's see. So we have 3 people in the chat, so welcome into the YouTube chat. We're getting more as we go on. We still have AT. AT gives a clap, 1 clap. Awesome. So I would like to try a trick now. Has anyone in the chat seen me perform before? Because I do some magic in Central New York. I don't know if you guys are from Rome or if you guys are from, I know there's a couple other schools in the area. So what school are you guys from? Or where do you guys go to school? And we'll give you guys a shout out, okay? I know I shouldn't waste cinnamon sugar and use it for something gross, but I won't be using it because we are on keto, so I can't even eat it. So it's too sad. The saddest thing ever. Okay. So where you guys going to school? And we'll give you guys a shout out. And while you do that, I'm going to show you another fun trick. This is a good one. This is a fun one. So we have one down in Waterville. So welcome. Hi, Waterville. We got Waterville, and we got one from Denti, which is up in Rome. So welcome, guys. This is going to be good. So Denti, Lily and Elliot might have seen me do magic before, but I'm guessing AT hasn't. So AT, this is, let's see. So when I was younger, I did my first magic show, okay? I was about 12 years old, and I wanted to do a cool card trick for my family, so I made this cool box here. Okay, so it says magic show. You see that? Here, I'll tilt this camera up a little so you guys can kind of see. Magic show. And I know it's kind of a nice looking box. I have other ones now. But I wanted to do this cool trick that I saw a magician do called the 5-card trick. Now, do you guys know why it's called the 5-card trick? If you can't guess, it's because there's 5 cards. 5 cards. So I'll move this over here a little bit. So I have 1 card, 2 cards, 3 cards, 4 cards, and 5 cards. So 5-card trick. Now, the trick is very simple. All I need to do is I take 1 card and I put it in the box like that. I give my hands a wave like this over the top. And you know what happens? As if by magic, I still have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards. Crazy. Yeah, it's not that impressive. It's only 5 cards and 1 card's gone. Like that's not even a good trick. But then again, it was my first trick. And when I tell people this story, I don't tell them that story usually because it's not a good story. It's kind of like I like to elaborate. So I kind of make up some details, make it sound a little better. It's not totally honest, but I do it anyway. Usually what I say, instead of being 12 years old, I say I was 6 years old. Because if I did that trick in 6 years old, it's a little better, right? But if I was 6 years old, I would have a different box. I'd have a box that said Magic Show on it. Spell a little wrong, maybe put like a little snake for the show. I thought that was cute. And I'd come out and and maybe I tell them, oh, I was doing the show for like 30 people in my parents' basement. It was like a big crowd. And I came out and I had 1 card, 2 card, 3 card, 4 card, 5 cards. But this time, instead of putting 1 card in the box, I put 2 cards in the box. That would be a little more impressive, right? And if I wave my hands over like this and I tap, 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 as if by magic, I would still have 1 card, 2 cards, 3 cards, 4 cards, 5 cards. Pretty impressive? No? No? Fine. You guys are a tough crowd to please. Tough crowd to please. That's fine. This one is for all the unbelievers, all the deniers out there, the people who think it's lame. Okay? So how about this? Instead of being 6 years old, I was 3 years old. 3 years old. And check this out, actually. If I was 3 years old, I probably wouldn't even know how to spell, so I just scribble all over the box. I wouldn't even write anything on the box because, again, I was 3 years old. And instead of 30 people, maybe there's like 5,000 people, right? 5,000 people, like a Red Hot Chili Peppers concert. If you guys know Red Hot Chili, probably not. But if you do put your hands in the air, be like, "Ayo, this is what I say." Oh, no, okay, that's fine. But instead of instead of having 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards, right? I instead of putting 1 card in the box, right? Instead of putting 2 cards in the box, instead of putting 3 cards in the box, instead of putting 4 cards in the box, instead of putting 5 cards in the box, instead of putting 6 cards in the box, 7 cards in the box, 8 cards in the box, 9 cards in the box. How did I put 9 cards in the box? Because if I wave my hand over like this, tap, 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 I would still have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards into the box. Pretty neat, right? That's a pretty good first trick. But the thing is, I told you this wasn't really the first trick I did. I elaborated how to make it a little better. Honestly, I didn't even do my first trick show when I was 12. Again, I said I started in, this is not even true. None of this is true. I stole this story. There was really no good box. There's really even no cards. Look at that. All the cards are just gone. No cards, no bottom even. It's just completely gone. And that was the first trick that I never did. Right? What a weird story. What a fun story, though. Man, I love magic. Magic is pretty fun. Let's try this. Let's see if we can do a cool trick with a quarter. This is going to be super, super quick. So just pay attention. Pay attention. What I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try to hit the coin with my finger as hard as I can. Now, you can see if I, right? That is a hard coin. That's a hard glass, hard coin. Hard glass, hard coin. Check this out. I'm going to try to hit it with my finger. 1, 2, 3. There we go. See how hard you can hit that coin? Look, it actually goes right through my finger. That is crazy. Now I can't spend it though. I can't buy any gumballs with it. Let's see. I wonder if I could flatten it out though. I wonder if I can flatten it out somehow. I wonder if I can flatten it if I toss it up. If I can flatten it out like that. Like that. There we go. All good. Back to normal. How amazing is that? It's a little hot, a little dirty. That's fine. What? I'll show you a cool trick. Maybe I'll teach this one later. This is a neat one using, you just need a bill. The more expensive and bigger the bill, so like $100 bill, this is even more impressive. Here's the idea. You take the $100 bill and you fold it in half. And all you're going to try to do, and I'll do it for this way, you're going to try to rip. See how I'm ripping? I'm going to rip Ben Franklin's face right out like this. See how I have it ripped? Check this out. I'll hold it like this, real tight, and I'll warm it up. And I'll try to put it like this. Put it right here. If you rub it, blow it, you can have it fix itself right back on to the $100 bill. That's a cool one. That is neat. Here, we'll show it over here, you guys. $100 bill fixed. So I'll show you how to do that one. Why not? We'll do 2 tricks today. That'll be fun. I'm trying to see who's in the chat. We got more people in the chat now, so thanks for joining, guys. If you guys want to participate, just chat. Just write whatever questions you have if you want to learn the trick. This one's cool. And instead of ruining another $100 bill, I'm going to show you what I did with a $1 bill. So I actually have one, I think, ready to go. So when I'm doing magic, I have a whole little workstation. I have different bills. I have different tricks, different denominations of money. Let's see. Do I have it? I don't have. Maybe it's over here. Ugh. All right, so we'll just use a $1 bill. Now here's the thing. If you're going to do this trick, you might want to ask your parents before you do it, just so they don't get mad at you. But the main purpose and the idea behind this trick is that once you do it, you can still spend it. You might want to put a little tape on it, okay? Because you are really tearing the bill and you are kind of fixing it, but it's an illusion, okay? So let me put these back. These are all my little fun little $1 bills that I do work with, okay? Oh, actually, here it is. I found it. So here's my $1 bill. Okay, so the idea is you're going to fold the bill and you're actually going to tear the bill. So see how I'm tearing George Washington, and I stop a little bit less than halfway. I turn the bill and I tear it a little bit more. You see how it's folded? And what I do is I don't tear it all the way. You see how it's still on there? It's still attached right there. Right? You see how I only tear about halfway. The cool thing is though, is if you tear it and then you push back with your thumb, you can fold the bill in half. And if you push up a little bit from the front, it looks like you tore it out. But it's really not, it's still attached. So if I hold it like that, you see it's still attached to the bill. You see that? It's still attached. That almost looks like magic right there. I didn't even do the trick. So what you're doing is you're tearing up just part of it. You're just putting a tear here, you're turning it, putting a tear on the other side. So you have it torn on both sides like this. And you're folding this back and you're pretending to hold it in your hand. I don't even hold it in my hand. I just pretend. I crumple it up like this, give it a rub. And what I'll do is I'll put it back here for a second and I'll kind of offset it. You see how I offset? Just so it looks like I'm just kind of putting it there in place, but it still looks loose, right? And since they didn't see it here and you put it down here, it looks like you're just putting it into place. Then all you have to do is you have to take the two ends and give it a little pull. And when you pull it, it straightens out the bill, right? But you see how it's still torn. So you just straighten it like this, boom. And then it looks like it fixed. But if you show it and you bend that up, you see how it's not really fixed, but it looks like it is because all of it blends in together. So if you were to do this in performance, you do it fast. You'd say, look, I have a $1 bill, fold it in half, tear, 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 right? Tear, 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 like this, warm it up. I'm gonna put it right here for a second and we'll warm it, boom, boom. And then you fix it, boom. And then you can take it and you put it away in your wallet and that's the end of the trick. So that's a very cool, and this is it's considered what's called an impromptu card trick, impromptu magic trick, because it's something you can just borrow and you can do the trick with right away. You don't need to have any special setup or preparation. The last trick I showed you, all you need is, you know, some kind of salt shaker. Even you can use like a big chapstick. Like if you're in school, you just get a big chapstick, you know, you can, or a big glue stick, not chap. Don't use this for chapstick. Use it to glue stuff, not chapstick. But you can do a chapstick too, but you can put like a little thing here and you say, here, we'll use a little quarter. Okay, yep, that doesn't quite fit in there. And you can hear it, you can see it, and then, oh, you know, and then have it vanish and go through the table. So again, it's something where you can use borrowed objects to do magic with. So for example, like if I do this thing with a thumb, you've probably seen this where you pull your thumb off, right? Ooh, you've probably seen that, right? That's an impromptu trick. You can do it at any time. If you wanted to, you can actually take, I'll see if I can see the pinky like this. You can actually take your pinky off like this. And that's another one you can do that's impromptu. So it's doing things at any time with any objects that you have. And dollar bills are really good. Coins are really good because people usually have money around if you can find it. Or you might have money, or napkins are good. You know, napkins are good, and I'll probably teach a napkin trick toward the end of the week because we are doing 6 weeks of this. We're doing 6 weeks of magic. So every week we're going to have some new magic that we're going to be teaching. So pretty awesome. All right. So any questions from anyone? Any questions? Any questions? AT still enjoying it? So like yes, we got some claps, and then Mr. Doodle's still hanging out with us, enjoying it as well. Awesome. So I have time for a couple more tricks. I'll do a few more little tricks, and we will see you guys next week. Again, Tuesdays at 11. We're going to be joining me here in my creation station, and we're going to be doing magic. So what I would like to see from anyone watching this, either now or later, I taught the salt shaker or the brown sugar or whatever through table. I would like to possibly see, if you guys want, you can jump on Zoom. You can jump and film something, send it. I would like to see your progress on that trick, because if you take little steps with all these tricks, by the end of this couple of weeks, you'll have a nice little magic set that you can do. You can do a whole bunch of tricks. Last week we did a vanishing Q-tip, which should be up online as well, with Connected Community Schools. And if you guys are joining me from either Facebook, or you just happen to see and stumble on this live, again, you guys can follow Connected Community Schools on Facebook. They're located in Central New York, and they are bringing people together during the summer to do 6 weeks of fun activities. They have different things that they do most days and different programs. So before this and after this, there's stuff going on. All right. So let's do a fun trick. This is a little bit different. This is a classic in magic. Okay, it's an old trick that's been done for hundreds of years. It's very classic, and a lot of people know it. But I enjoy it because of just the impact that I've had with the trick myself. Okay, so the trick is called the linking rings. Okay, so the idea with this is you have 4 rings, and all you do is you tap them like this, 1, 2, 3, and they link together. Okay, so there's 1 ring that's linked. Okay, now it's nice because it's very calming, right? You have the sounds of the rings just clinking and releasing. And this is one of the first tricks that I tried, actually, because I saw a magic show and I wanted to learn the relinking ring. So my parents bought me a set, and I tried it out, and I sat in my room and I went 1, 2, 3, and I tried for hours and hours, and I almost gave up. But then I decided, you know what, maybe I'll read the instructions, right? So I read the instructions, and then I was actually able to link them every time. Like that, and it links off. Pretty cool. Now, I also bought more rings. As you can see, I still have them today. I bought some more rings, so check this out. I'll link 1, 2, 3 like that. That links through. And then I'll link this ring here. 1, 2, 3. And link that through. Pretty cool. If I give it a shake, 1 can pop off, giving me 3 to get. See, that gets a little confusing. That gets a little bit confusing when you're doing this. If I take this ring off like this, I can link that. Look, I can get a big link. Get a whole big link here. If I want, I can link them all together, okay, which is pretty smooth. If I go like this, you can melt one off like that. And I know a lot of people, have seen this trick, and it's so old, but there's beauty to the trick too, right? There's something very interesting about how everything just happens to melt. Look, from this side, they look linked. But if I turn it around like this, you can actually see that they unlink, right? If I go like that, they link. And if you listen carefully, you actually can't hear them even unlink. But here's the thing, that the reason I do this trick isn't because I can link and unlink rings all day long, but it's because it's made an impact on me throughout the years. With 1, 2, 3, 4 simple rings can bring magic to anyone in the world. So that is a very classic and a very important trick to magic culture. Those are called the linking rings. Sometimes they're called the Chinese linking rings, where they originated, where they use big rings. I've seen people use like hula hoop size rings. And it's just a very fun trick. And it's a very good one to start off with, because again, it teaches a lot of different things with magic, okay? And I think we have time for one more awesome trick, okay? And it is a card trick, okay? And this is a technique that you can do, okay? So we have all these cards here, okay? And let's see here. We will give this a shot. We'll have Misty Doodles. We'll have you name a number between, again, how about 1 to 20? 1 to 20, and we will use the card at 1 to 20. Heck, it could be 1 to 52. I really don't care. Just name a number and we'll use the card at that number. Okay, so when Misty Doodles does that, she'll type one in. If she's still here, I think she is, or they are. We'll see what number between 1 and 52. We'll just do that. And as you can see, these cards are all, they're all different. You know, we have red cards and black cards and even some jokers. If you land on a joker, that's fine as well. So let's see. We'll give Misty Doodles a couple more seconds to type something in. She said, sorry. Oh, she must have not been, she must have had to walk around. 51. 51. So instead of counting down 51 cards, we'll just go to the second to last card, which is the 8 of hearts. Look at that. That's easy. That's actually an easy one to count down to, 51, because there's 52 cards in the deck, right? So the 8 of hearts is going to be our, it's called a key card. And a key card is because it's very important to the trick. 1, because you picked it out, and 2, because it has some cool magical properties. So for example, you can have it vanish and then have it come back, right? That's pretty magical if you ask me. But you can also do something that's called unlocking the deck, okay? And this is a technique that not a lot of magicians really use. But what you can do is you can take some cards, put them face up, some cards, put them face down like this, and you can give them a shuffle together like this, like that. So you can shuffle the cards together and you can see that they're all mixed up, face up into face down, right? You can see that there's some cards face up, face down. A key card is very important because if you put the key card in, the 8 of hearts, it unlocks the deck. So this is called a locked state because it's locked like a door. If I put the 8 of hearts in and I close it up like this, like that, close that up, and just wait and give it a little twist like a key, you can actually have it unlock the deck, which looks like this, where all the cards fix themselves. So now they're not face up and face down. They're only facing one way, except for your card, which is the key card. Now, if I take the key card out, look, see how it's coming out of the deck like that? As soon as I take it out, boom, like that, look, the cards mix themselves again. So now there's cards mixed up into face down, which is kind of weird, right? Especially if you see, you know, there's some cards here that are face up, there's some cards face up, face down, and you can do this on a bigger scale too. So let's see if we have, so we have about, let's see, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 face down cards. We also have these ones here, 15, 16, 17 face down cards. So check this out. What we're going to try to do is use this card to fix all the face down cards in the deck. Look, all I have to do is like this. And what you have to do is a real turn like this. Look, turn like this, boom. And now every card, again, is fixed completely and totally with the card in, with the card out, and you can continue with whatever card trick you want. So now you know about key cards, and that's the second lesson, I guess. And magic, awesome. So good thing you picked 51. That's the magical card, the 8 of hearts. Magical card, the 8 of hearts. Because it just wants to come back to the deck. See how it just shoots back? Oop, that's almost looks like magic. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for joining. Some linking rings on your birthday list. Awesome. We got some people. That's crazy. We got people watching. We got people saying it's awesome. Guys, I had such a good time with everyone today. I'm so glad that you were able to join me. Again, Tuesdays at 11, we are hanging out, learning some magic, talking some magic. So I hope you guys can join me back tomorrow, next Tuesday at 11, where we'll be teaching some new magic tricks. If you're signed up with Community Schools, I know they've been sending out some little kits with some equipment and some materials in it. That'd be good if you, I don't know if they're still taking signups or not, but if they are, if they're not, do it. But if not, just join in next week anyway, around the same time. I'll be posting through the Connected Community Schools, the link around 11 o'clock, right when we start. So we'll start. I'll give you guys a couple minutes to come in. And if not, we'll keep the video up for a few days. And then that you can follow along. So thank you guys so much. We got AT, we've got Misty Doodles and everyone. Thank you very much. We'll see you guys next week, hopefully. And take it easy. Thank you. My name, again, it's Chris Wheel. I have some more clips. If you're on TikTok or on YouTube or Instagram, you can find Chris Wheel or Magic of Chris Wheel or your favorite magician. And you can see some more videos of my performance. And next week, maybe I'll queue up a few more and we'll see some some tricks that I do in front of real people. That I do for large audiences, and you can kind of get an idea how these tricks work out, and then we can talk about it. Okay, guys, so thank you so much. We'll see you guys next week. Have a good one. Thank you so much again. I'll see you later. Bye.